time and the passage of time. This is one of my favorite things. It's called the Wonder Time clock. I might be a little off because it's a little stuck. This was a regular clock that I got at Staples, and I put the Wonder Time clock in there. On the minute hand, there is a squirrel. On the hour hand, there is a turtle. Turtles go slower than squirrels. So, except for so what we do is we talk about the time, and you heard the job talk in our sessions where you are going to be the time manager or the timekeeper, and you'll be the planner. So for some children, I'll say to them, when the squirrel reaches the beaver, it'll be time to go. So the kids really like that. It's an easy way, even if they don't know time yet, especially in kindergarten, they can know the passage when they're on you. When is it recess? When is it this? You say when the squirrel reaches the duck, it's time for recess. So they're not on you and they can understand time. Kids can't understand time at this age. The passage of time is very difficult for them. So when we say 10 minutes, that means totally nothing to them. So showing them and giving them a visual for that is very, very important. And on this clock is the numbers as well. I'm going to go to the next one. This is another type of a clock that we can use to teach the passage of time and planning. So we use a marker that is somewhere, and it's an analog clock. And we can section off the time and how much time we have to do things. And we have the kids participate in the fact, thank you, we have the kids participate in the fact, okay, we have 30 minutes. We have 2 activities to do. How much time do you think it's going to take you? Again, thinking, higher level thinking, how much time is it going to take you to complete that task? So then we say, oh, it's only going to take you 10 minutes, great. Let's stick to that task, let's get going, let's get that work done. So then they stay on it, they watch it, and one of the things that, anyway, so we just give them that time. Yeah. Okay. So watch out for the time robber, because the time robber steals our time. And when you do things like picking up all the little pieces of paper on the floor at an inappropriate time, putting the marker on and off, making sure that your pencil sharpened, all this stuff, thank you. Making sure your pencil's sharpened, running around doing these little things, the time robber's stealing your time, and you're not going to get to that next thing, which might be the fun thing, because you're not going to have time to do that. So giving them that visual and that instruction. The time robber is powerful. He's a very powerful guy, and some of my teachers are using time robber. Who's using time robber? Yep, Nancy's using, and Melissa too. It's one of those things that he's amazing. You just have to mention him, and we kind of incorporated that with our social thinking as well. This was one of the visuals that I liked because not only was there a cute baby inside, but just showing the passage, showing the time, and showing the difference between the hour and the minute. One is larger, one is smaller. I also like this clock because most of our clocks are so high up that the kids can't see them and really connect with them. They really need to be more eye level. Gretchen's room actually seems to be more eye level because it's a smaller room. So her clock is a lot lower for the kids to see.
Important too if you're using clocks or if someone is interested in learning more about teaching time management, we would love to do that, but call it, if you're going to write on it, which you can on glass face clocks, and erase it, not on plastic face clocks. Call it the working clock. Call it the working clock. What? Oh, because otherwise they'll be drawing on clocks at home. They've got that.
Okay, so task initiation is the ability to begin projects or activities without procrastination in an efficient and timely fashion. So a lot of the strategies that we've already seen and talked about help with this, starting with the goal in mind, picturing what the end goal is, using checklists, so breaking down the activities so that, some kids, their tolerance when they see, okay, here's your assignment, they just shut down immediately and they don't have the persistence to even get started, or they don't know where to get started. So a lot of the strategies that we've already talked about, crossing things off the list, so breaking it down, so that goal I can accomplish. All right, yes, I can write my name on paper. Good, check. and making them feel like they're getting there. You can do it. Next. So that same idea, the get ready, do, done. So they have everything they need to get started right away. And then metacognition is the ability to stand back and take a bird's eye view of yourself in a situation and to observe others and how problems are solved. And includes self-monitoring. How am I doing? How did I do? And I know that you all work this into every day, even when you start a new lesson or unit with a pretest. Now the child can see, well, what do I already know about this topic? Let me think about what I know. In children as young as 3 and 4 years old, that's when that vocabulary kind of comes into play, where they start using the words think and know. And they have the idea that people have thoughts and people know things. This is a great tool, visual, for self-monitoring, and also to have them think about, when you're learning something new, I'm going to help you, and we're going to learn it together, but at the end goal is that you are going to do it all by yourself, and to start with that in mind, so that they don't, some kids become pretty prompt dependent, and kids that we try to make them more independent with doing things, and especially kids who have IAs with them all the time, come to depend on them a lot. And so you want them to know that, yes, I'm going to help you in the beginning, but after we've practiced a few times, you're going to do it all by yourself. So I'll do it and you'll watch me. I'll do it and you'll help me. Then we'll do it together, and I'll help you, and then you'll do it and I'll watch you.
So you guys are doing a lot of the top step right now. So you can move it down as well. You can make it as interactive as you want, something along these lines, so they know where they're at.
And for metacognitive, for them to think about, well, where are you on here? Do you still need, how much help do you need? Do you think you need this much help? Do you think you can do it on your own now? And then the social thinking is all about metacognition. That's a whole other workshop. All of that social thinking stuff with Superflex and everything. But just using thought bubbles too, just so they know that, oh, this is what we're thinking. This is our group plan. We're all thinking the same thing. We are all part of the group and we have the same thoughts.
Okay, Janelle, this is your schedule, or your new learning, and your